Footballers, if you can stick with me through this entire video, I can promise you that you're going to be infinitely more athletic on the pitch than you ever have been before. This one secret that I've applied to all of my athletes' programs has absolutely transformed the amount of progress that they make and how they perform on the pitch. And I'm here to give you that exact same secret so you can get the same results. Now, if you are wondering why you should trust me, my name is Matt Stigler. I'm a pro footballer performance coach with almost 10 years of experience getting footballers just like you faster, fitter, stronger, and overall more athletic on the pitch, not just in the gym. I've had athletes run as fast as Mbappe, I've had athletes deadlift 600 pounds, and I've had athletes run 5-minute miles. And I want to help you do the same. So before I get into actual examples with exercises and how to actually do these sessions, let me really quickly explain to you what each of these things are, because if you don't understand what it is, none of this is really going to make sense. So this whole video is going to be how to use high, medium, and low stim. And what stim really means is intensity. So it means how heavy is the weight you are using, and it means how fast you are moving, whether that's sprinting or doing weights. And we use these different types of training to work on different aspects of football, as well as managing stress and recovery levels and making sure that you perform well in season or off season. So really quickly, to understand all three, let's break down low stim first. Now, if you're a stiffer footballer or someone who struggles to recover during a match or in between matches, you may want to add more low stim training to your sessions. Because low stim training really focuses on your ability to recover, it focuses on improving your aerobic base, and it focuses on mobility and injury prevention. And to do a low stim training session, you need little to no rest time, pretty high reps, and you need little to no weight. So the easiest example that I can give you of a low stim training session is doing one really long continuous total body circuit that incorporates full body movements and deep ranges of motion at all the muscles and joints that footballers use. As far as examples, usually what I like to do for one of these longer circuits is incorporate some type of total body cardio piece. So this can be anything like an assault bike, it can be a Versa climber, it could be anything like that. I like to throw in something that incorporates the abs and the hips together, so this can be something like a windmill cable row, something for the lower body like a split squat or a bridge variation, and then something that teaches the entire body to work together, something as simple as a Turkish get-up. Then you can just throw your straight mobility work either at the start or end of that session, and you have the absolute perfect low stim recovery type of day. Now for high stim training. The biggest mistake that people make when it comes to high stim training is thinking that it is going to be the most difficult day. But what it's really going to do is it's going to work on your max speed so you can get to the ball faster than your opponents. It's going to work on max strength so you're never getting bodied off the ball. And it's going to help you work on max power so you're overall more athletic than your opponents on the pitch. So the way that we incorporate high stim training into your sessions is we want to start with max speed work. And this is by far the biggest and most common reason that I see footballers not get faster despite doing speed training. And the reason this is because max speed work is the fastest thing that we do. And because of that, because we're incorporating it with high amounts of rest time, it's the least fatiguing thing that we can do. So then you're still going to have energy for the rest of things that you need to incorporate during your high stim session. But if we flip the order of these things like people often do, then we may actually suffer with our speed work. So some examples of speed work that you can do is a 5-yard sprint to 180-degree redirect. You can do a lateral bound to sprint. The options are really endless. As usual, after the warm-up, we want to make sure we go from fast movements to slower movements. So after max speed sprint work, we're going to go then into intensive plyometrics. These movements are still really fast, but they're not quite as fast as max speed work. So they create a little bit of fatigue, but not nearly as much as the next thing, especially when you do the intensive plyometrics correctly. So for this one, you can do something like a broad jump to box jump, or you can do something like an intensive lateral bound. Now, if you get this last part wrong, you won't stand a chance at bodying other footballers on the pitch. And this is your max strength work. Biggest thing that footballers get wrong when it comes to their max strength work is they think it's all bench, squat, deadlift, overhead, and pull-ups. I see it constantly on social media where I get tagged in these routines and it's like upper body strength workout for footballers, and it's just the most basic stuff. And that is perfect for absolute strength. It definitely plays a role in getting as strong as you can for football. But as a footballer, you need to be strong in a million different positions. And if you're only getting strong in 5 exercises where everything is bilateral, both feet are right next to each other, the shoulders are squared and facing forward, there's no rotation, there's no lateral flexion, there's no offset stance, you're going to get bodied off the ball by people that do things like a standing windmill press, a straddle stance cable row, an overhead carry, and other exercises like that. Lastly, let's get into medium stim work. If you're a footballer who struggles with tired legs, general decision making, or just overall fatigue on the pitch, medium stim work can absolutely save your career. Now, as you can imagine, medium stim falls somewhere between high and low stim. Medium amounts of weights, medium amounts of work to rest ratio, medium amounts of reps. So it doesn't sound too intimidating, right? But this is by far the most fatiguing thing for most footballers. Now, one of my favorite ways to incorporate medium stim training into your routine so that you don't get fatigued on the pitch is picking a lower body exercise, a ab exercise, and a upper body exercise. So let's say a Jefferson curl, a overhead RDL rotation, and an alternating floor press, and do each of them for anywhere between 30 to 90 seconds on and 30 to 90 seconds off. Rest for about a minute after you've gone through all three, and maybe repeat this for like 2 to 3 different circuits throughout your session. And it is absolutely brutal. But when you incorporate this in different positions, in different movement patterns, with as many different exercises as you can, you will be an absolute beast on the pitch. And you will have access to this different level of athleticism that so many other people don't have. Now, in terms of medium stim for a gym session, you can also do those 30 seconds to 90 seconds on and 30 seconds to 90 seconds off. You can do this for just running. You can just do this with like quarter-mile repeats, or you can incorporate this with change of direction exercises like repeat 45-degree cuts. And you can start to kind of train your ability to absorb force, redirect it, and your frontal plane muscles' ability to build capacity, which is something that so many footballers miss out on. Guys, I know this stuff can be confusing. I truly can't even explain how much progress me and my footballers have made by incorporating this into our recent sessions. Over the past few years, this has absolutely been the biggest change and biggest improvement that I have made with my footballing athletes. And I've literally got zero bad feedback from it. Like, it just seems to work for about everybody. And if you made it all the way through this video, I just want to thank you for taking the time and dedicating this time to making yourself a better footballer and trusting me to help you do that. So thank you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, please support it. And until next time, I will see you guys later.